Hello, welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing and subscribing. I hope you enjoy the insights here in this reading. It's a general reading, but it may also apply to somebody that is close to you at this time. So for you Gemini, in your first house you have Libra, I balance, so it's a fellow air sign. Your first house is everything to do with yourself, your physical body, your vitality, and your characteristics, your personality, your vitality, all of those aspects, your self-oriented interests, and how you project yourself outwardly to other people as well, how they perceive you. So with Libra, I balance in there. What this is bringing in for you is perhaps it's better at this time to be linking up with a partner or with another, almost like an alliance or an association or a partner of some kind in whatever your endeavor might be. So if it's a physical regime, you know, perhaps you're sort of making changes to your daily routines, your physical routine. Perhaps it's a new regime at the gym or whatever, or it could just be in your daily life or in your as you're projecting yourself into the outer world. So linking up with somebody else, aligning with somebody else is going to be good for you. It's a good way to move forward at this time. So you're going to be needing to bring in balance in everything that you do, how you move forward, how you are projecting yourself to others. So stay in your Libra energy, which is all about balance. It's about charm. It's about negotiation, taking the middle path. So no extremes. There are no extremes here with this card. So it's balancing different forces, working your way steadily through, and sort of being. Librans are social. They like all artistic things, fashion, hair. So you may want to. Because this is to do with yourself and how you are projecting yourself and how others see you, you may want to have a bit of a makeover of some kind. Perhaps, a new haircut or a change of wardrobe, or just to cycle things upwards, to give you a fresh outlook and a fresh persona, if you want to call it that. Librans are it's a lovely influence to be having on you, because it urges you to bring balance into everything you do and to approach things in a balanced way. You may also be required to make a decision of some kind. This is about yourself and how you are moving forward in the world and how you are coming across to others, just your general demeanor. There may be a decision that's made. Perhaps you want to go and have a new haircut, or perhaps you want to change something about your outward appearance. This can manifest in a variety of ways. Then we have in your second house, you have the fire element, which is desire. So the second house is everything to do with your income, your money coming in, your values, your self-worth, and possessions. It's your ownership of items. It's also ownership of property or real estate, land, and all those kinds of related issues. And because you've got the fire element in there, I feel this goes hand in hand with this, taking action, making a decision about how you're going to move forward in those areas. This is an action-oriented, quick movement, changes card. There's energy, there's passion there, and a new start of some kind, possibly an epiphany or some sort of wake-up call. But it's assertive as well. It's transformational. If you need courage, you're going to have it. It's also spontaneous, but be grounded. So when it comes to your finances and your money coming in, there's some sort of action that needs to be taken, or possibly there are going to be a few changes coming in, but it's quick, whatever it is. And put your energy and your passion and your sort of assertiveness into that. Just don't go overboard, obviously. Always aim for the middle path, but it's certainly taking action of some kind, or having changes occurring for you, which then you need to take action on. But it could be spontaneous things occurring in those areas as well. It's, as I said, it could be to a quick change in property, or you know, involved in the property of some kind, or it's your ownership of something, or you desire to own something. Yeah, try not to go the impulsive route. Rather, this is sort of desired action, but it's staying grounded, and it also is about transformation. So taking how things are and clearing the decks and starting afresh. It could be scorched earth policy if you really want to make a radical change as well. But that's coming in for your second house. It could also just be your self-worth as well, firing it up, taking action to improve that for yourself, and just give yourself a boost. Then in the third house, this is the house of communication. So it's all forms of communication. This is verbal, written, body language. It's also the house of contracts, so your documentation. Because it's ruled by, in this instance, the moon is coming in and influencing this sign. This is could be influencing a greater audience. So yes, it's dealing with communication of all kinds. It can be family related, like siblings, aunts and uncles, those sorts of relatives, cousins, that kind of thing. But it's also a wider audience because the moon is coming in, which can deal with the masses, if you want to put it like, or the public. So it's about bringing in your instinct and your gut feelings to your communication, how you talk to others, what you write, what you say. It's also interaction on media. It's using your intuition, your deep instincts, and your imagination as well. You're going to be feeling quite sensitive. So it's sensitivity to what you're going to say, how you're going to communicate with others, and also being receptive to others' communication. So it's tapping into your deep emotional feelings, your gut feelings. The moon also rules your habits. So maybe there are old habits which you perhaps need to change, or ways that you do things which perhaps need to change, or you just need to have some time for reflection to work out if there's something that you perhaps need to adjust in some way. But also if it's covering documents and contracts and that sort of thing, there may be a little bit of confusion, because the moon can veil things sometimes. Things can appear veiled. So you may need more information in order to make a decision, or things will just be not clear at this time. So just wait until, those sort of mists part, and then you've got a bit more information, or gather the information that you require. Also, the past can come up with the moon card in there. So this is perhaps you're going to communicate with somebody that you haven't spoken to for a long time, or somebody comes back into your realm of influence, and that you know them from the past. You may just meet somebody and you haven't spoken to for a while. That kind of thing could happen as well. Then in the fourth house, you have Jupiter. This is the card of abundance. So the fourth house is everything to do with your home life, and it's also to do with your roots, your ethnic identity, your foundation. So it's it's a lovely card to be having in there, actually. So it's a very beneficial card to have. It brings in abundance, opportunity, luck, joy, and faith as well. So something occurring in your home life, either it's a new influence coming in, or just some kind of benefit coming to you, or you could just be having that, being asked to bring that into your home life, to bring the uplifted, joyful, happy energies into your home life, which will then help you in other areas which we're going to cover later on. So, make your home a joyful, happy place to be. It could also be that this is coming to you in some way. So it could be a gift, or some sort of obstacle, or difficulty, or a block will be lifted and removed. It could also be a blessing of some kind. It can also be that you need to perhaps nurture bring more nurturing into your home, or you're going to feel that you need to create that in your home life and bring that in, because if you feel nurtured in your home environment, then you will always feel secure and safe when you go out into the world. It could also be a sense of purpose in your home life and an expansion of some kind. And this, as I said, this can also apply to, when you're looking at your roots, your foundation, your early foundation years, and your ancestral influences and so on. So you may be having some kind of benefit from that. Perhaps somebody in your family is going to give you something of great value. There's lots of ways that this can manifest, but it's going to bring in a feeling of abundance and joy. And if it's not material items, then it's just a feeling of that, but some kind of gift or blessing. The other side of it is that in your home life, it can, or the other side of the coin can also be, don't be complacent about what it is you need to do in your home or to bring into your home. So don't rest on your laurels, or go into indulgence, sort of indulging yourself overly, or bringing or making indulgent purposes which don't really help you at this point. So there's that little balance that you've got to come to in your home life, but ultimately I feel it will bring some form of abundance to you. Then in your 5th house, you have Capricorn IUs. Your 5th house is all to do with your creativity, children, and love affairs, and recreation of all kinds, having fun, that sort of thing. So again, this can apply in a number of ways. Capricorn, I use this as an earth sign. I wouldn't say necessarily that it's going to bring a lot of fun outings and sort of happy-go-lucky activities. Capricorn is a bit more serious. So Capricorn is building and using your resources. So I feel it's more to do possibly with your creativity, if you've got creative projects on the go, or you need to bring that in. This is Capricorn the Capricorn energy is slow, steady progress. It's hard work. It's a bit of diligence involved there. But it's also use your resources wisely, and the people that may come to you to assist you at this time, take their help and honor it and use it to make your creative projects more grounded. And so it's almost like planting the seeds now, building your foundation now for fruition later. It's also it's an ambitious sign. It's about responsibility. So if it's to do with children in your home, or children that you're dealing with, that you could be required to bring the essence of Capricorn into your relationship with them, or you may be seeing them perhaps needing to take more responsibility, or taking responsibility, or starting to put building blocks in place to build something, or you may be assisting them with that. So it's all about structure. It's putting structure in place and giving them the tools to build what they require, helping them to build what they require. But it's a slow-moving energy, this. The goals need to be realistic for yourself and for your children, and also for your creative projects. It's systematic, working steadily through. And if you do get to go out and about onto recreational trips, then possibly like hikes on the mountain and visiting mountainous areas will be helpful, because Capricorn is ruled by the mountain goat. So that is helpful. It's helpful in that area. Then if it's to do with a love affair, then that is possibly that you'll be drawing a Capricornian energy to you, or a Capricornian type person. And again, they don't really focus on grand romantic gestures and so on. These people are ambitious. They're very responsible. They like to have ambitions and nice goals, and they will more than likely share that with you, and you can enjoy working on those together. Apologies for the interruption, Gemini. I just had to answer the door. Okay, so back to the 5th house, influence Capricorn I use. If it's to do with a love affair, then the person may be Capricornian in nature or be exhibiting Capricornian qualities. And they're businesslike, they are very ambitious, and they can be quite good looking as well, very determined people. And so, you know, they're always going to go for a partner who's going to support them in that and assist them on their path forward. So just something to bear in mind. Then on the 6th house, we have, this is Venus I love. The 6th house is everything to do with work, your work projects, your work colleagues, your workplace, and it's also to do with your health and your diet and your pets. So with the Venus card appearing in this house, again, partnership is coming up for you. So possibly it's an alliance or working with another or others on various work projects that you may have. It's a very Venus rules beautiful things. It's beauty, love, compassion, all of those lovely qualities. So you may be asked to bring that into the work that you're doing, or to exhibit those qualities in your workplace. Or it could be that somebody in your workplace that you're going to be working with or closely around exhibits Venus qualities. And this is sort of, the person's very charming, very diplomatic, they're artistic, and they could be very attractive, and sort of exhibiting compassion, and yeah, just a sort of have quite a loving nature. And if you're going to be working with in a sort of a partnership and a work project, the Venus qualities can bring in money as well. So you may be able to work on a project which is going to produce windfalls or money for you. So that's very helpful, very loving energies. And it also could be that you may be entering work which requires some artistry. You could be entering in a fashion field or a beauty field. But whatever it is, it's refinement, it's creativity, and sort of balancing things, having a sort of harmonious environment, almost a romantic environment. So you may be, if you've got a workplace, perhaps if you're working from home and you've got a business, then you can perhaps bring those finer qualities into your workplace, and it's sort of a refined and a beautiful place to be, a lovely place to work. But otherwise, you can be bringing those qualities into your workplace and into your work projects. Venus also governs handcrafts. It's very social, so charming, diplomatic, all of those lovely qualities. If it's to do, if your health and diet is coming up, then it's all about love. Love yourself, because if you love yourself, then you can project that outward to others as well. So it's self-care, looking after yourself, you know, making yourself feel good about yourself. That's really what it is. But you love yourself first. Also, Venus tends to love sweet things, so avoid sugary foods. Stay away from that at this time, and also indulgence in overeating and so on. So, yeah, so just, you know, sort of look after yourself, but your diet as well. And also, if it covers pets, then it could be just that you're acquiring a really loving pet, or you know, enjoying a loving relationship with your pet or pet. So very nice quality to have in this the house at this time. Then we have the 7th house. We have Leo I will. So this is a also very positive influence to have. This is coming up in your house of relationships, which is your 7th house. And this is relationships, one-on-one personal relationships. And it's also, so with a significant other, with somebody very close to you. And it can also be a business partnership. So that is a very positive, good thing to be having. It brings warmth, it brings vitality, brings energy into the relationship. And it's also honor and strength, pride, passion. So vitality, very creative, loving, pleasurable commitment between two people. If it's your love partner, and there's growth as well there. So you may find that you're in the limelight or in the spotlight in some way. So if it's not in your personal relationship, could be in your business relationship as well, your partnership, where somehow you're in the limelight or you're in the spotlight for some reason. It could just be also that you're bringing your particular brand of enthusiasm into your working, your business partnership, and that is being noticed and enjoyed by all around you. But it's a very warm and happy sort of influence to be bringing in. You may also be if you're with a partnership, you may be part of a team. So this is your work partnership. So there's various ways that this can manifest. But it's a lovely, warm and creative influence to be bringing in, whether it's a personal or a business relationship. Then in the 8th house we have Sun Spirit. So this is very nice. Again, a very positive, fiery influence to be having in your 8th house. The 8th house covers deeper resources between partnerships. So this can be, again, a personal or a business partnership. It's the shared resources between you, emotional and physical and monetary. And it's other people's money as well. So if you're working with other people's money, dealing with that, and it's big money, it's investments, insurances, banking, accounting, taxes, all of those sorts of influences. The 8th house also covers sex, death, and rebirth. So if it's a sexual connection between you and your partner, you can expect to be very expressive and expansive, energetic, and taking the lead there as well, and confidence. And if it's a work partnership, well, it's all the same kinds of qualities coming in, very inspirational, confidence. So you may be bringing that in and bringing that into that relationship. It's the get things done card. And it's an opportunity for you to show your skills. And you may be, again, noticed for that. So you will be noticed for what you're bringing into that relationship. It's also about integrity. So it's expressive, expansive, lots of energy, and it's sort of bringing your essence, harnessing your essence and your spirit and bringing that into your into those relationships. If you're handling other people's money, it's also, as I said, getting things done, moving forward and showing your skill there. Then in the 9th house, we have Chiron, which is all about healing. So this is coming into your 9th house, which is to do with international travel. Your 3rd house is to do with local travel. So with the moon card in there, that's going to be sort of local trips to the sea, where you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of that. Whereas the 9th house deals with international travel, dealing with anything foreign. So this is long distance, foreign cultures, foreign concepts, foreign religions, because the 9th house deals with religions and belief systems. It's also the house of teaching. It's the house of the higher courts, so legal stuff, the law, and it's also to do with adventure and exploration and things like that, and further education, philosophy. So further education meaning like university level or adult education. So with Chiron healing in there, you may be it's a really good time actually to be going on a trip where you go to healing waters or to the mud baths or sort of thermal baths, that kind of thing, where you're actually going to be getting healing out of the trip that you're taking. Or it could just be on a sort of like a spiritual journey, or a place where you go to enjoy meditation and retreat and yoga and all of those. So you're going to be healing. It's all about healing the mind, body, and spirit. and whatever form that may take for you in particular. But it's to find rejuvenation and regeneration. So, but you know, this is usually comes in after a period of difficulty, or after a feeling of just being sort of almost wounded, and you now need to sort of rejuvenate yourself. So it brings all of those elements in. So it's a good time to take a trip of that nature. Otherwise, you could be just visiting places of healing, but it has a long distance connotation to it. You could also be studying or interested in studying things which are of a healing nature. So this is therapies, medicine, homeopathy, chiropractic, home remedies, all those kinds of things. And because the ninth house also rules publishing, you could be involved in the publishing of that, or the writing of issues around healing, which will later be published, and so on. It's also promotional work. So philosophy and religion come in there. You could be also undergoing a period of difficulty where you now are having to grasp new concepts. You're now having to learn through various painful situations, or through others who are experiencing painful situations, about the process of healing, and then finding relief after that. So it comes in that way. Also, you could be learning about foreign cultures and what they do for healing, what they perhaps their religions and their belief systems, and so on. So exposure to all of those aspects. Then in the 10th house, we have Cancer, I feel. So this is the 10th house has everything to do with your career and your ambition, and authority figures, and it's also to do with your fame and your reputation and your public status. So with Cancer appearing in this house, you're going to go with your deep feelings. There might be high emotion going on. There may be phases of the moon where things are going. Sometimes they're great and sometimes they're not so great, and you've got to ride the waves, as it were. But you need to access your deep wisdom and sensitivity when it comes to if you're trying to work on your career, or you're looking at if you're involved in a very public arena, and things may be going through phases, or it could just be accessing deep feelings when you need to navigate your career or your life path, as it were. Or you could be dealing with a Cancerian type person as an authority figure or a mother figure. And there's all kinds of issues around that, perhaps, that are coming to the fore now. But Cancer is also about resilience. So developing resilience when it comes to your career and moving forward, and your public status, and dealing with authority figures and any kind of reputation issue that might be there. So it's gathering your resilience and actually staying with your course, sticking to your course. There could be a bit of nostalgia, looking back at how things used to be, which is okay, but don't live there. You have to be in the present, because if you're in the present, then you can create your future. You can't go forwards or backwards and hope to influence how things are going to be. You can only do that while you're present. So have a little bit of a nostalgic look back and enjoy your memories, but always be moving forward. When it comes to authority figures, you may be the authority figure for somebody, for a younger person, and you might be coming across as a bit overprotective. So just watch that. You could also be entering a family business. There's various ways that can come out. Female figures may be prominent in your career. It's also, Cancer can also be the rise of your psychic abilities, or using your psychic abilities in some way, shape or form, as part of your, what you like to do, part of your career, or, some kind of aspect of your career. Also, Cancerians are, quite often very good at the culinary arts. And arts in general may come in for you as well, into your 10th house. Then in the 11th house, we have Scorpio, I transform. So the 11th house is all to do with your friendships and your networks and your groups and your clubs. So it's where you're mixing with others, or where you are harnessing group activities, or you're just part of group activities. And your networks, which kind of comes off from your career as well, and also from if you are studying and you're meeting others and you're forming groups, that's all to do with that as well. Or it could just be groups that you're following on Facebook or whatever. So with the Scorpio, I transform coming in there. This is also about following your desires and your passions. But it's a very powerful card, and it can cover many powerful elements, such as money and sex and power. So and intrigue and secrets tend to follow hot on the heels of those kinds of subjects. So you may be hearing about that, or seeing that, or experiencing that in your group activities, or in the networks that you're members of. So you may just be seeing that somehow, a little bit of intrigue and a little bit of things not quite clear or hidden coming to light now, that sort of thing. It could also be just in general that you are in those, you perhaps in your close friendships as well, those issues coming up, or you may just be experiencing, seeing this through another friend. Yeah, you may also just be tested at this time when it comes to your friendships, or how you are in your group activities. You might be finding karmic friendships coming up as well. These people, you just feel that you know them, or you have a deeper connection with them. But there's transformation in any case about that. So it's transforming your friendships, or perhaps your networks and your people that you're interacting with on a wider scale, perhaps how you interact with them, how you're going to be navigating that going forward. It's a time of deep reflection and then adjustment if need be. It's also interest in metaphysical things and psychic abilities and so on. So you may be interested in that and be enjoying joining groups to do with that. Then in the 12th house, you have Saturn, which is truth. So the 12th house is the realm of the unconscious, and it's also the resolutions and endings to things. It's also about mysticism and healing, and retreat and withdrawal, solitude and reflection. All of those kinds of deep spiritual beliefs and your unconscious beliefs, what drives you. All of those issues. Truth. Saturn is about working steadily through those difficult issues, or perhaps you need to enjoy more solitude and reflection to get the most out of a situation. But it's a slow-moving, wisdom enhancing kind of influence, and always the truth. If there is truth to be coming out, it will come out during that influence. But you might be feeling a bit restricted. You might be feeling sort of alone, and you might just be feeling like challenged, feeling restricted in some way or form. And you could just also, if you're a mature person, you could be feeling your age, because Saturn is all about wisdom and age and gathering experience. So I would suggest then that you take opportunities to go and travel if you can, get out and about. Not necessarily with others. This could just be solitary trips to water, or enjoying sort of a healing trip of some kind, if you can, to perhaps lift the heavier energies of Saturn and give you a little bit of relief. But you may just be feeling a bit not quite yourself at the moment, like you've got a lot on your plate. Or you could just be dealing with a particular challenge, as sort of an unconscious belief, or you're having your beliefs challenged in some way. And it could also be on the other side of it. The 12th house is to do with drugs and addictions and escapism and so on. So you may be experiencing that through another, or you may just be seeing it in yourself. There may be something that you need to change and you need to address. Or you could just be finding a resolution to some issue. This also, the 12th house also deals with your experiences in connection with hospitals, prisons, institutions of all kinds, whether it's a government department or a bank or whatever. But it could be your experience in there, or your experience through another in there. So you may have some issue which has arisen out of that, and out of your experience in those places, and perhaps there was some issue which didn't get resolved, or something that has not worked out satisfactorily. But in either case, the truth is going to come out. You know, this is about resolution, so finding resolution. So Saturn is all about that. Saturn is about yes, it might be difficult in the beginning, but if you work steadily through it and just keep going through that process, eventually you will get to the light in that subject. So something, if the truth will out, really, that's what it's about. All right, Gemini, thanks very much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful month, and I will speak to you soon. Take care.